What's going on, guys? Marcus Crockett back with another video. If this is your first time here, I ask that you go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. But in this video today, we're going to be talking about scaling your cleaning business. Now, I'm one of the ones who, when I started off with a franchise. I never suggest people go that route. But when I found out I need to go independent, when I finally started to get accounts, I realized that there are 7 things that I needed to touch on in order for me to really grow my business to where it is right now. In this video, I'm gonna go over all 7 of those things. Now, depending on where you are in your company, you may only need to use 3 or 4 of these things. You may use 2, you may use all 7 of them, right? But in this video, we're gonna go over all 7 of those things, and I'm gonna show you how to go from where you are to where you wanna be in terms of scaling your business. But with all of that said, let's get into it. Okay, so number 1 on this list is going to be making sure that you have a solid foundation. Now, think of your foundation like this. Think of it as, like you're building a house, right? If you're gonna build a house and your foundation is crooked or sideways or it's cracked or whatever the case is, when you start to add your walls on and you try to put your roof on, none of it's gonna fit. Your house is eventually gonna fall over. Well, your business is really no different, right? You have to make sure that you have all of the necessary things in place so that your business is considered on solid ground, so that it has a solid foundation, right? And obviously that starts, in the beginning with having your LLC, your sole proprietorship, however you choose, having your EIN, getting your business bank account, making sure that you're properly insured, that you're bonded, you having those things set in place. Because at the end of the day, what we really want is we want to make sure that, our business is streamlined, that everything in the business is flowing efficiently, no matter what scale it is, right? From the very beginning stage, on the foundation stage, you want to make sure that what you have is flowing smoothly and is flowing efficient. You have to make sure that you have the system in place so that you can actually handle an increased workload. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be able to have all of the staff in place and all the supplies in place to handle the workload, but when you start to add pieces to what you already have, that it would be able to take on a larger workload. Okay, so number 2, we're gonna talk about your scalability plan, right? So moving forward in business without a solid plan, it's kind of like getting on like a sailboat and just, going out into the ocean, right? And you don't necessarily have a map. You don't know where you're going. You're just gonna go wherever the wind takes you. And that's not what you wanna have in business. In your scalability plan, you're gonna wanna have, clear goals, milestones, and timelines that you're gonna wanna meet within your business. So some of the things that you're gonna wanna consider in your scalability plan is hiring, right? How are you gonna hire? How are you gonna acquire new clients, serve them, and continue to serve the existing clients that you have at the consistency and the quality that you're already servicing them at? So in a nutshell, like, your scalability plan is a roadmap to help you stay focused and to track your process. Okay, number 3, you're gonna wanna invest in technology. There's so much technology out there. There's technology that will help you with scheduling. There's technology that will help you with bookkeeping. There's so many different pieces of technology out there that you can use in your business. I personally like automation. I like the tech because for one, it saves me time, it saves me money, but then also too, like, once you set these things up one time, you don't have to necessarily keep changing them. So that alone is gonna reduce errors, and reduced errors, not having to worry about all of these different things because it's all set up through technology. This is gonna allow us to be able to expand our services that much more without compromising quality. Okay, so number 4, let's talk about your marketing growth. Like, what strategies are you gonna use to grow and in which markets? What I did was this. I knew that my company is, we're pretty good when it comes to dental offices. Now, it didn't really work out the way that I wanted it to because I really wanted to stay, close to home. I didn't really want to drive too much. But what ended up happening was I started getting accounts that were 30, 45 minutes away from home at the time. I didn't even have an office at that time. As I started to get accounts, further away from where I originally wanted it to be, in order for things to make sense, so I'm not driving all over the place. The first 200,000 that my company made, was in Seattle and those surrounding areas. And then we kind of worked our way back. So once I knew like, okay, this area out here is a hot spot for what we do, then I'm gonna focus my marketing out there, expand from there, and then I'll work my way back. One of the things that can help you really grow and really, market your growth in a strategic way is, using customer testimonials, using online platforms. All of these things, they only help in your business. If you're going out and you're doing a good job, your customers are going to want to tell someone about it, right? They're not going to have a problem with going ahead and giving you letters of referrals, because there are cases when you're going to get new accounts, or you'll be, high on the list to receive an account. And then that, prospect will say, hey, do you have any letters of reference, right? And that's perfectly fine if you've been going out and you've been delivering to your current customers, to your existing customers in a high fashion, right? They're not gonna have any problems going ahead and giving you that information so that you're able to go ahead and use it so that you can grow your business that way as well. Okay, number 5, this is probably one of the most overlooked, underrated things when it comes to scaling your business. And this is going to be hiring a quality and a reliable team, right? You need to have quality workers there, and they're going to have to be reliable. A good set of team members, in your company, that's an asset. I know that we're paying them it's an asset, guys. Like, having quality workers, those probably one of the more underrated things that people just overlook, but it truly is an asset. One of the things that I would always suggest is that you hire people whose goals align with yours. They don't necessarily have to be the same goals, right? But if they're in alignment with yours, if you're looking for someone who is hardworking, they have good values, they're willing to actually come in and put in the work, they have a good work ethic. You want those qualities or those things out of someone, and they may have all of those qualities, but they have them for a completely different reason, right? Maybe they're paying for their kids' college tuition or this or that. But as long as your values match with each other, they're going to probably be a good fit within your company. These are things that we always look for. Like I tell, my operations managers, like, I don't necessarily care if someone has really good cleaning experience or not, right? If they have the qualities and the values that I'm looking for and they're coachable, I can bring them in and we can coach them along. You can always take someone of good character and good value and train them to be a good cleaner. But you can't always take a good cleaner and give them good values, hard work ethic, all those other things, right? Just know the people that you're bringing in, they're a huge representation of your company. So when you actually hire, make sure you're hiring someone who is trainable, but also reliable. Because at the end of the day, like, a reliable team is gonna be the backbone of your company. Okay, so number 6 is going to be systemize your client retention. I know we're talking about scaling, but I definitely want to put an emphasis on having client retention. The reason why we want to have client retention is because a happy customer is going to be better than any marketing campaign, right? It's going to be better than Facebook ads. It's going to be better than, cold calling. It's going to be better than so many different things, because they're actually doing business with you and they're happy with your services. So they're going to go out and they're going to tell their friends. Happy clients are repeat clients. What I do is I will always have like a loyalty program, right? I'll give incentives for this or incentives for that. We do random things for our clients to show like we really, really do appreciate. So if you want to scale, make sure that you have happy and satisfied existing clients. Okay, number 7, right? Number 7 on the list is going to be monitor and adapt. Okay, so number 7 is going to be monitoring and adapting. Scaling your business is, it's not a one-time thing. It's sort of like, watering your grass. You got to water it consistently in order for it to stay green. Scaling your business really isn't any different. One of the things that we do when it comes to monitoring what's going on, when we don't get an account, right? When we're not awarded the account, we did the walkthrough, we submitted the proposal, and the client sent us back an email, say, hey, thanks for coming out, we ended up going with someone else. That's completely fine. You know, one of the things that we do though is we'll always send an email, right? A follow-up email, basically asking what could we have done that would have made us more competitive, right? And you know, we'll always get an answer back. There's probably been like 1 or 2 times in, you know, all these years that we've been doing business that we haven't gotten an answer back. What that does though, when they give us an answer, it helps to keep things sharp. Maybe there are areas in our business that we need to change. Maybe the market is changing. Maybe the pricing needs to be tweaked moving forward. Maybe we weren't as detailed as some of the other companies in our proposal. Maybe it could be so many different things, but going out, monitoring what we're doing helps us keep, you know, our ear on the grind and let us know like what's going on, what we need to change. Are we doing fine? What areas do we need to look at and maybe change, think about changing? But all of these things are important when it comes down to scaling your business. Okay, so there you have it. This is the art of scaling your business in 7 steps. Remember, it's really just about laying a strong foundation, having a clear plan, leveraging technology, and building a reliable team. If you found these tips helpful, go ahead and leave me a thumbs up and subscribe. But like I say, guys, in the game of business, spectators are only gonna watch. Hustlers get into the game so they can win. I'm always dropping jewels, but the only way to be in position to pick them up is you gotta like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, my name is Marcus Crockett. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.